In a small, bustling town, there lived a sweet little girl named Emma. Emma loved to read, draw, and make up stories about magical worlds. She wore glasses that often slid down her nose, and her hair was always neatly tied in braids. Despite her gentle nature, Emma faced a tough challenge every day at school. Some of her classmates, led by a girl named Sarah, often teased her. They called her names like nerd and four eyes. They laughed at her glasses and her quiet demeanor. Emma tried to ignore them, but the words stung and she often felt lonely. One rainy afternoon, after a particularly difficult day, Emma sat alone in her room, hugging her favorite teddy bear. She wished she could be like the characters in her stories, brave and strong, able to face any challenge. Her mother noticed her sadness and sat down beside her. "What's wrong, Emma?" she asked gently. Emma hesitated, but then poured out her heart. "The kids at school tease me, Mum. They call me names and make fun of my glasses." Her mother hugged her tightly. "I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Remember, being different is what makes you special. You have a kind heart and a brilliant mind. Don't let anyone make you feel less than wonderful." Emma nodded, feeling a bit better, but still unsure of how to face her bullies. The next day at school, during recess, Sarah and her friends started teasing Emma again. This time, Emma took a deep breath and stood up straight. She remembered her mother's words and decided to try something different. "Why do you call me those names?" Emma asked, her voice steady but kind. Sarah and her friends were taken aback. They weren't used to Emma standing up for herself. Because it's funny," Sarah stammered. Emma shook her head. "It might seem funny to you, but it hurts my feelings. What if someone teased you about something that makes you different?" Sarah looked down, feeling a pang of guilt. She hadn't thought about it that way. At that moment, Ms. Thompson, their teacher, walked by and overheard the conversation. She stepped in and said, "Emma, that was very brave of you to speak up." "Sarah, it's important to remember that words can hurt. We should all be kind to one another." Sarah's cheeks turned red with embarrassment. She mumbled an apology, and Emma smiled, accepting it graciously. Emma's bravery had not only changed her own life, but also taught her classmates a valuable lesson about kindness and empathy. She felt proud of herself for standing up, and her classroom became a much happier place. From that day on, things started to change. Sarah and her friends stopped teasing Emma. Instead, they began to get to know her. They discovered that Emma's stories were fascinating and that she was a great artist. They even asked her to help them with their homework sometimes. And so, Emma learned that sometimes all it takes to change the world is a little bit of courage and a kind heart.